Hello everybody, Raptor King of the West here, and today we are back in Minecraft Dinosaurs. And today, I have more than one egg in my inventory. I have the Henotis egg, which is a prehistoric turtle sort of thing. I don't know if it's actually related to turtles, but that's sort of what it looks like. And I also have one of our spare Aquilomna DNAs I turned into an egg. Let's put our armor back on before we die. I got one of these just because Walter was looking a little bit lonely. Now, I think I have everything we need for this enclosure. I have no idea. We're gonna find out the hard way if I don't. But I think everything that I have in my inventory, I have the supplies to make extras. So we should be fine. Minecraft is not letting me jump super consistently. Hopefully that's not a lag issue and just Minecraft is being weird issue. You never know. Could go either way. Hello, friends. Do you have... No, you don't have any eggs laying around? Alright. Let's get our Aquilomna here. And then we'll work on our new enclosure. Feels so good to be back. Just 2 weeks without Minecraft Dinosaurs feels so weird. Okay. We got a new... Ooh! I like this pattern. We have a female. Squid. Where's our male? Here's Walter. I really like her pattern. She looks beautiful. Hopefully she survives. I don't think Walter will eat her. But I never know with these guys. Have we ever had a situation where one of the dinosaurs has eaten one of its own species? I don't know if we have. I don't think we have, which is good. We don't want that to change anytime soon. Now, I need to decide where I want this enclosure. Sprinting is being... That's the wrong button. Sprinting is being weird. I don't know why. But I think we're good. Or is my... Yeah, I don't know. I think we're good. Okay. Here, we've been going on this other side of the island. We're not on an island. Other side of the river for a while now, and I think we're just going to continue that for this enclosure. While I was looking around, I did consider the possibility. We're not going to do it, but I did consider the possibility of just using this here. And while I do like the idea, I think there's a better use for this. Potentially, in relation to a hotel. Which could still mean that we do put some Henotis, or... Do we have other DNA? Other small, not dangerous aquatic creatures? Ichthyosaur, maybe? Or if they add more. They'll probably add more. We have no idea when. We didn't know that they were... Oh! Oh, that was fun. That was a fun noise. OBS is okay. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that. Anyway, we didn't know, or at least I didn't know, that they were going to add the Pastasuchus. That just randomly happened one day, and I kind of feel like that's how we're going to get most of these. There is also a good chance that they announced it on one of their non-YouTube social medias, which I just don't have and don't check. I know they're in there. Were they in the water? I thought... Were they in the water? Did I just miss them? Oh, there they are. They're both swimming in the same direction, very poorly. Okay. Okay. We need a lagoon. We need a lagoon. Where do I want to put I don't want to get too close to any of our currently existing enclosures is the thing. What direction? We have 3 over here, 1 over here. Could pretty easily do another. Might have to remove... Actually, over there. Over there! That's where we do this. I might need more... Oh, my throat is... Gotta clear my throat, I'm so sorry. Okay. We might need more chain fences. But that's not super hard to make happen. So, we can absolutely do that. We can absolutely do that if necessary. Let's go actually look at that area that I pointed out, which is just along over here. Yeah, I can work with this. Alright, so, the Henotus, behavior-wise, obviously, like any other marine creature, it does swim. It likes swimming quite a bit. And it also will crawl onto the land, which means that we, assuming it's a herbivore, we can feed it pretty easily. Clear all this out. I want to make this beautiful. Okay. Do I have a plan? Yes. Yes, I do. I totally have a plan. Step 1 of the plan is sand. Which means I need a shovel. Which I do have. Step 1 of the plan, I want to make the bottom out of sand. Maybe a little bit of like a lip. Of course it's raining. Maybe a little bit of a lip around the top of the water will also be sand, but then we'll go into dirt and stuff. There we go. A lot of digging. And then I have some stuff in my inventory to hopefully it'll look good. I want to... If you've ever been to a petting food... you would... Have I spoken before? Is this my first time speaking? Is this a new experience for me? What am I doing? Okay. Have you ever been to a petting zoo before? If you have, you may know that they have these dispensers full of food so that you can feed the animals. I want to do a similar thing to that, but obviously I'm not going to make it function. I just want to see if I can make it look relatively good, which I don't even know if I can do that, so we're going to find out. Yeah, this will be deep. We'll go up to this layer. Will be filled with water, I think. So happy that it decided to rain. Just really stoked about that. Weird thing, I was looking at the ages of the dinosaurs and some of our other prehistoric creatures on the island to try and figure out how old the Minecraft world was, because if you go to F3 and look next to local difficulty, day 0. I don't have it set to, like, peaceful or anything weird like that, to my knowledge. No, yeah, we're normal. So I don't know why that's back to day 0. Shouldn't be. Even if it was from, like, when I transferred the world to 1.21, or 1.20, out of 1.18, you would imagine then that you know, it would still be the number from when we changed over, so it still wouldn't be 1. But it is, so I thought, oh, I'll look at the dinosaur. I'll look at Agnes's age, because she's the first dinosaur that we got. She's 49. So, that doesn't seem right at all. I feel like it would be a much higher number than that. And lo and behold, I am right. It is a much higher number than that. If you check the Wallicerops's age, which was not the first dinosaur, was not one of the first, it was one of the first, but wasn't the first prehistoric creature that we got. That one is 81. Just no explanation. I have no explanation for that. It's just 81. My best guess is because I have those chunks loaded the most, because that's where my house is. I'm gonna need more sand. But let's see how far I can get with what I have. I think I have some more in storage. If I don't, we can always go to the sand collection zone and collect some more. One day I'm gonna have to terraform that area because it's gonna look so bad. Alternatively, I could just like turn it into a facility where the floor is all concrete and rock, so then it doesn't need to look good, and that solves all of our problems. It doesn't, but that is a potential project that could be. No, I didn't mean to edit. I wanted to add a temporary waypoint because I don't want to walk back and forth. Yeah, there we go. So I can tell the difference a bit better. Because those even ended up being the same color. Also, since last episode, I have started working on Dr. Vine's office. Very homely, I know. Dr. Vine loves it, obviously. She just wishes that we gave her walls instead of cold, stone, and dirt. So we'll get her some walls, I promise. That is not much sand. Okay, we're going on an adventure. And I can't sleep, so I might as well go on the adventure now. Yep. And this is natural. This is a natural habitat right here. Don't know why it's raining in that one specific area, but it isn't anywhere else. So, well, okay, it is here as well. But then I'll just... How far does it go? I wish it wasn't raining. I really do. Minecraft's rain is so loud and laggy. To be fair, Minecraft just in general is relatively laggy, just because Java Edition specifically has lag problems because it's written in JavaScript, which is why... Ooh! Hey, we got a biofossil. I didn't even know that was, that's how those could spawn. No, the reason Java Edition isn't, like, the standard edition for console and mobile, and why we have Bedrock Edition as well, is because Java is a super laggy coding language. Just inherently, which means that for systems that can't handle things as well as computers, which at the time was just about everything that wasn't a computer, you can't really run it on JavaScript. Now, consoles have come a long way since then, but that is why we needed, at the time, initially, Console and Pocket Edition, which has now since become Bedrock Edition. which I believe is written in C#, which is a bit of a smoother language. Not that you'd be able to tell, because Bedrock Edition runs poorly too. But that is for different reasons. That's because it is super bugged, which they are working on, and you can tell they're working on it. But, you know, that takes time. Development takes time. And we'll give them the time that they need. Now that they have a competitor in Hytale, I think that we're going to see more... I think we'll see some improvements for both of the games, because they have each other to compete with. And competition in stuff like this is either really good or really bad. But with the devs of both Minecraft and Hytale being who they are, I think that we'll see the competition be a positive more than anything. We'll find out if I'm right long term. But that's what I'm guessing now, which is very early on to be placing any guesses. Right, Hytale has... I don't even think it's in a full release yet. I think it's in open beta right now, if I'm not mistaken. And Minecraft is currently working on They're currently working on the baby animal game drop. I don't know what they're gonna name it. But Golden Rose ain't a bad idea, or a Golden Daisy isn't a bad idea. We have something similar in Potato Essence? What is it? What is it called? Stunted Essence. Stunts prehistoric animal growth. So fossils and archaeology realize that you might want to keep your dinosaurs at a baby stage, and that was their solution to it, because they have the chicken essence, which is the exact opposite. It causes your animal to grow up quicker. Also a good feature for a mod that has different stages, 3 different stages for the animals, and different I think you can only tame the T-Rex if it's an adult, stuff like that. Like that's also a good idea that I wouldn't be mad about seeing in Minecraft. But we sort of already have that in Minecraft with how we can just feed a baby mob until it grows up. So that I'm fine with. That was like that, wasn't it? Yeah. But yeah, I think the golden dandelion, I think I've called it 3 different flowers now. I think it's the golden dandelion. I think that that's a good idea. I do. And I think a lot of the baby mobs look a lot better now. My only note is that I do not like the rabbits. That is absolutely a note of that is personal taste. I think the new rabbits look weird. I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they look a little bit strange, a little bit unnatural. I think it's just their faces are too flat, is my biggest note for the new rabbits. I think the nose or the whole snout needs to pop out a bit more. And by a bit more, I do mean actually at all. Because currently, that is completely flat. And that is not... I don't think that's the optimal decision, is having those completely flat. I think having some variation in depth helped the old rabbit texture look good. Or the old rabbit model, I guess. The textures for the old rabbits definitely did need a little bit of updating, but they weren't terrible. And then, yeah. The killer rabbit texture, I will say, looks really weird in the latest game drop, which isn't even out yet, so it's all subject to change. I think that it looks a little strange. I do. But notably, that is my only real complaint for the latest game drop. Otherwise, I think they nailed it. Like, they hit it out of the park. Not very good at sports metaphors, I apologize. I think they hit it out of the park there. And that is something that I cannot say for a lot of the other game updates. Or the game drops. I think that some of the game drops have almost been adding things for the sake of adding things, or has been adding features that I personally was not a big fan of. Again, a lot of that is personal preference. I think they're fine, but they're just really forgetful or forgettable. That's the word I was looking for there. Yeah, I think I do want... And then we'll put our tree and ferns over here. Hopefully I can grow this tree with 4. Yes! Haha! Alright, that's gonna grow out a bit. Now we need to... I'm gonna clear out a bit of space. Here we go. And then I'm gonna fill in a bit of space, apparently. This one, I am gonna have the fence right up against. I just want there to be some space to walk around it. Or, no, actually, that was fine, because that'll go up, up, around, down. I think over here is going to be the main area where the player could reach. Alright. I'm going to need way more of these, which will hopefully be fine. What am I thinking? No, not yet. We'll do that last this time. Alright. Can I jump over these? No, I can't. That's what I was hoping, actually. That looks better like that. Or like that. Option number 2. There we go. Just give them a bit of space to get up onto the land. Make this all a bit safer. This one, I'm just gonna let be weird. I'm gonna let this area be this weird hook thing. I don't know. Yeah, and we're already out. Look at that. We need so many more. Please let me sleep through the rest of the rain, please. I don't want to deal with the rain anymore. I want to be free. Hello, Dr. Vine. I can't sleep. Of course not. This is why we need the comfy bed. Flower. Iron. There we go. Turn these into nuggets. Should be more than enough. that up. I can get one more set. This is gonna take all of my iron. Yep. Well, you know what? That's okay. I can always get more off camera by mining for multiple hours. And, oh, while we are here, I think I'm gonna need to download a data pack to quiet the chickens. What do we got? It's probably nothing. But you never know. Maybe we got something cool. Sand. Not cool. Not super interesting. Yeah, okay, it's not gonna last sleep. Let's just, where was it? Temp. Here we go. Yeah, and this fence absolutely looks like a fence that you'd see at a petting zoo, where you could reach over and pet the animal. There are some fences at a petting zoo where that's not really an option, because not all animals at a petting zoo should get pet. That's not always the best idea, you know? Hey, we actually managed. It's not even close tonight, by the way, so that really, I don't know, I didn't need to be trying to sleep that much, but I did, and it never worked. There we go. There we go. And then oh, that's the wrong button. Finish this off along here, just like I said I would. Okay. We need a way in. Did we ever find out if oak fences connect? Yeah, that they should add a chain gate, small and large chain gates. Actually, Minecraft should just have iron fence gates. Or iron bar gates, I guess it would be, because, like, none of those really visually fit. I think that would be a great addition to the game. Okay. Let's do this. If this is the area where they can most easily reach, then we'll probably want this nearby over here. I feel like, where do I want it? Do I want it connected? Maybe I want it connected. That's not even slightly the right button. My bad. Okay. There we go. And then... no, that's not... I was sort of hoping to have it facing up or down. There we go. Yep, that kind of works. I feel like I can make that look better, but it'll work. It'll do. It will do. Need to get water in here now, though. Nearest water source, probably this one over here. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Problem is I've removed the waypoint, so now I have to walk all the way back up, which isn't actually that difficult. I just want to be lazy. Let me sprint. Thank you. Thank you, Minecraft, for letting me sprint. Alright, now, this is going to be a pain to fill with water, I think. Because we can do this top bit relatively easily, I believe. The main problem is going to come down here. Because that is not a flat area. If I'm lucky, that's not actually a problem. Which is possible. Everything could work out fine. Do I think everything will work out fine? No, of course not. But I can hope. My hope doesn't mean much success-wise. How? See, so this is... Minecraft's water physics are so weird even now that we've had the aquatic update. See, the outside ones all, like, do exactly what I need them to, and then the inside does nothing. It's just being weird. But that's fine. How am I going to deal with this, though? Because that... What is the easiest way to make this problem disappear? Is it kelp? Can kelp solve my problems? Because I can go and get some kelp pretty easily, I think. See, why does that not... Minecraft, what are your water physics? What does this water physics... What does the code for this look like? I am so curious how you've done the water physics for this game, because it's crazy. Why would it behave like that? There's so many weird little things to how this calculates that becomes really apparent in situations like this. And it just... It's got my game dev brain thinking, like, why could it be like this? Why could it be like this? What in the code would cause this to be the behavior? It's interesting. Alright, well, now we have a whirlpool. That was not what I meant to do. But it does exemplify exactly why this is so strange. Where is our nearest waypoint to kelp? Sand collection might have kelp nearby. All I need is some kelp. There we go. Is there closer? Not by enough for me to care. We have kelp. Is 3 kelp gonna be enough to fix all my problems. Can get more kelp pretty easily. This might be the easiest item in Minecraft to get in a higher abundance than you could ever feasibly need. Because what do you need kelp for anyway? Should have set a waypoint back over there. Have to walk all the way back unless... Yeah, I have to walk all the way back. Or like, maybe I have another waypoint over there. That was my thought process there, but, not the case. Ooh. I have, made this all, like, a bit more dynamically flowing. I think it's just a bit more visually interesting. So, I did it, because I can. No one's gonna stop me. It would be really weird if they did, because this is my Minecraft world. In my Minecraft series. On my YouTube channel. Why would someone stop me from putting a waterfall on my road? There's a zombie somewhere in there. I don't know where. That's the second time that I've heard it. Which isn't actually that much, now that I think about it. I would have expected it to be a bit louder. We need to get more in the aviary. The Dimorphodon should not be alone. We need to get the Quetzalcoatlus back in there. And the Pteranodon back in there. Is it Pteranodon or Pterodactyl? I think they did Pteranodon. Yeah, Pteranodon. Guess Pterodactyl, is that even... Pterodactylus is a specific species. Pteranodon is a family, I think. I might be wrong. I'm trying to think while recording, which means that it's more likely that I've reached an incorrect conclusion. Ask any YouTuber to do math on camera, same problem. Thinking well on camera is much harder than thinking... Well, not much harder, that's not, but it's just... You're gonna reach the wrong conclusion, or you're gonna overthink it way more than you would in other situations. And look at that, already fixing all my problems with kelp. How efficient is it? Do I even need the 2 layers? I don't even need the 2 layers for those ones. Oh, this is gonna fix everything so quickly. Just throw some kelp in there. Yep, look at that. Oh, it's great. The only problem is I need to, like, collect all the kelp after. But that's not even that big of a nuisance. That's pretty easy. I think I am slowly losing kelp to the center. The central vortex. But look at this. Look at this. I have all my kelp. I have all my kelp. My one over here. One right there. Look at this. Already. That's already way more clothes than it was before. Say, this is working. Kelp is the key. Also, sort of weird that kelp just fixes Minecraft water, but that one I at least can, like, conceivably figure out a reason for. I think it requires... So, if I'm not mistaken, kelp turns whatever block it's in into a source block, which in this instance appears to be allowing the water well above to continue flowing and behaving in a way that would be, you know, expected of water. And then So kelp is turning flowing water into source blocks, which is just... I thought I had 10. I have 11? Yeah. This one, at least, I can, like, conceivably see how the code has reached that conclusion. The fact that water can do this with nothing behind it is a little bit more strange. A little bit less, communicatable, I guess. You know what? They have removed the encryption from the Minecraft source code. Obfuscation, I think it was called, if my memory serves. Does it serve? I don't know. But I believe they removed that in one of the more recent updates. So if I learn JavaScript, I could read how the Minecraft engine is calculating what... How am I at 12? Is this stuff growing? Is it growing as we go? Beautiful. Alright. Yeah, we do need to do this one. There we go. No, are we back at 11? No, we're still at 12. Because there's our last one there. And then this... Does this one need... All of these need to go up one more? Or no? That's actually fine as it was. How is this coded? I might learn JavaScript just to learn how the Minecraft engine... Why? Why? How is it calculating this? I might learn JavaScript just to figure out how this engine handles water. Terrible reason to learn JavaScript. If you want to learn JavaScript, you know, just learn it, to, like, learn it because you want to, learn it for the skill, because you think it's interesting, to do game dev. I don't know if there's any pre-made game engine that uses JavaScript predominantly, but you can also, make your own game engine, like, Mojang did for Minecraft. You could just having that skill, that coding skill, is also a pretty good thing. There we go, grab one of these for... I don't know if we actually need one for storage, but just to be on the safe side. Now, how long have we been going here? 43 minutes. Yeah, alright. I mean, I know that these don't take long, so I'm not super worried about it. Number 1. Hello, you're green! Hi. Yes, you're happy. You're very happy. You are red. Are you happy? Are you gonna be happy? Yeah! There we go. They're looking up at me. Do you guys have food? Or... Why am I asking? You have a... Ah! They added Vicinium, and they added those plants to the food list. Or... This is a herbivore frugivore. No, that looks like they've updated the list to include more of the plants, actually. That looks like a longer list than before. Or, the alternative is that my memory is poor. Another green one. And another red one. We have 3 females and a male. Max population is 15, which I think works, because I think these only get to, like, a meter. Single tooth. Classodont that is famous for its resemblance to modern sea turtle. Its conic flat face and shell allows it to stand out compared to true prehistoric turtles, even though it's relatively small at only a meter long. Look at that, I have memory. Shell is very wide. Shell was attached to its spine, meaning it could not leave its shell. Virtually useless on land. But I know for... Hey, there we go. Lagoons, which is my basis for this design here. Although I did put a coastal tree. Actually, lagoons typically form on, like, beaches and stuff. Or near lakes. So I can justify that. Triassic period. That figured out the art of filter feeding. Sometimes, though, to use its 2 teeth to munch on crustaceans. Sometimes thought. I can read. It is now more commonly accepted, used baleen-like structures in its mouth to filter out algae from surrounding waters. They have also had an expandable throat that allowed it to suck in the water more easily. Super cool. Alright. Well, now we got these guys in here. Are they filter feeding? Like, they are! They're filter feeding! Oh, that makes my life so easy. I didn't even need the ferns. Which we're gonna keep, because they can go on land. Oh my goodness. First off, they are derpy as babies. But second off, they're actually filter feeding. They're also cathermal. Active in day and night. That arguably is one of the better options for an animal in a zoo. Because no matter what time people show up, it'll just be acting as normal. Could be asleep, though, in the middle of the day, so there is that. But that is a less of a problem with cathermal than nocturnal. I like this enclosure, though. It's cute. And it does have that sort of petting zoo vibe that I was going for. Alright. Let's hop back in here. I know I just hopped out, but I think I want to do the outro right here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you have an amazing day, and goodbye.